Hi, kindergarten scholars. Today we're going to be practicing guided reading. And so for guided reading, we're going to be reading a story called Bonkers Likes to Bark. But before we start reading, we need to remember a strategy that we can use when we read to help us figure out words we don't know. So one strategy good readers use is called cross-checking. And so when good readers cross-check, they use the picture and the word to figure out that word that they don't know. So we're going to start with this sentence at the bottom here. It says, I see, well, I don't know that word. So we're going to use the picture to help us figure it out. So if we look at this word, it starts with an F. And F says F. So we need to look in the picture for something that makes the F sound. I see some kids. K, k, k. Kids says K. That can't be it. I see them reading books. B, b, books. That doesn't make the F sound. And I see trees. T, t. That doesn't make the F sound. What about, I see flowers. Oh, I bet that's the word flowers, because flowers says I see flowers. Now I need to think, does that sound right? Yeah, it sounds right and it makes sense. So now I would go to the next page. So remember, when good readers are reading and they get to a word they don't know, they use the picture to help them. So that's what we're going to do today when we're reading. So we're reading Bonkers Likes to Bark. And we also know that good readers use the pattern when they're reading. And so our pattern on every page is going to be Bonkers likes to bark at blank. So the word we don't know is going to be at the end of our sentence. And we know the pattern is going to be Bonkers likes to bark at. Your turn to try reading it. We can read it together. Bonkers likes to bark at blank. So remember that pattern because now we're going to start reading. Okay. So I'm going to read this page to you because sometimes books have a different page, and this book happens to have a different first page, and then we'll get into that pattern. So our book says, Bonkers likes to bark. Listen again. Bonkers likes to bark. Your turn. Okay, next page. Okay, here's our pattern. Get ready. Bonkers likes to bark at, ooh, that's the word we don't know. So we're going to cross-check. So first, we're going to look at the first letter in that word. The first letter is a C. C says K. So now I'm going to use the picture to look for something that makes the K sound. In the picture, I can see some K, K, cars. Cars says K. So now I'm going to go back and read that sentence one more time. Bonkers likes to bark at cars. Your turn. Next page. Okay, now we have a new page that we need to figure out. Let's read it. Bonkers likes to bark at, there's the word we don't know. We're going to cross-check and use the picture to help us figure it out. So first, we're going to look at that beginning letter. That first letter is a C. C says K. Now I'm going to use the picture and look for something that makes the K sound. Cat. Cat says K. So now I'm going to go back and read the sentence one more time. Bonkers likes to bark at cats. Your turn. Next page. Okay, Get ready for our pattern. Bonkers likes to bark at bikes. Oops, Miss Music didn't figure out the word first. Say Miss Music got chips. Okay, let's fix that. Okay, Bonkers likes to bark at. The word we don't know starts with a B. B says B. So I'm going to look in the picture for something that makes the B sound. I see kids riding bikes. B, B, bikes. So now I'm going to go back and reread. Bonkers likes to bark at bikes. Your turn. Next page. Okay. Bonkers likes to bark at, This word starts with a S. S says, so in the picture, I can see some squirrels. Squirrel says, so now I'm going to go back and reread the sentence. Bonkers likes to bark at squirrels. Your turn. Next page. Bonkers likes to bark at, Let's use the picture to help us figure it out. I know that this word starts with a K, and K says K. So in the picture, I need to look for something that says K. In the picture, I see people. People doesn't say K. But those aren't grown-up people. They're not adults. Those look like kids. Kids says K. So now I'm going to go back and reread the sentence. Bonkers likes to bark at kids. Nice job. Next page. Now, on this page, I start by pointing under the first word. Bonkers likes to bark at, I'm going to look at the first letter in this word. The letter is B. B says B. So I'm going to look in the picture for something that makes the B sound. I see birds. B, B, birds. Let's go back and read. Bonkers likes to bark at birds. Your turn. Okay, last page. Get ready. Bonkers likes to bark at, Now, if I look at this word, I notice that it starts with a B. B says B. So in the picture, I need to find something that also makes the B sound. I see a door. Door doesn't say B. I see a dog. Dog doesn't say B. But, I know that dog's name is Bonkers, and I see his reflection. I think he sees bonkers. And I know in our pattern, this first word says bonkers, and it looks the same as this word. So I know that it says bonkers. So now I'm going to go back and reread. Bonkers likes to bark at bonkers. How silly. What a silly dog. Now we're going to go back into the story and I'm going to ask you some questions about it. So let's go back to the beginning of the book. So if we look at this page, first I want us to figure out how many words are on this page? How many words are on this page? So first I'm going to reread the page so I remember what it says. It says Bonkers likes to bark. And I know that good readers point underneath each word on a page, so I know the words I pointed to I can count. So I'm going to count the words that I read. Bonkers likes to bark. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 words on this page. There are. Nice job. Now I'm going to the next page and I'm going to ask you another tricky question. On this page, I want you to count how many letters are in the word bonkers. So if we look at just this one word, I want us to figure out how many letters are in it. So we need to count each letter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 letters. There are 7 letters in the word bonkers. Now I have some other questions. So we're going to go back to the beginning again, and we're going to get ready to think and use all the pages in the book to find those answers. So the first question is, what does bonkers look at after the cars? So I know that when I'm thinking about how to answer this question, first I need to find the page that has the cars on it. So I'm going to look for the page with the cars. Ooh, found them. So now I need to think about the question again. The question is, what does bonkers bark at after the cars? So if this is the cars, I need to go 1 page forward to find out what he barked at after, because after means next. So after the cars, bonkers barked at cats. So after the cars, bonkers barked at cats. Now I have another question, so let's go back to the beginning again. Now the next question is, what did bonkers bark at before the kids? So if I'm thinking about how to answer that question, first I need to find the page with the kids. No kids. No kids. There are kids, but they're on bikes, so this isn't the right page. No kids. Oop, found them. So this page has the kids on it. So now if I'm thinking about the word before means I have to go backwards in the book. So I need to turn a page back, page before. So before the kids, Bonkers saw squirrels. Before the kids, Bonkers saw squirrels. Now the last question is going to be pretty tricky, and I'm going to need us to go to the last page in the book. So here's the last page. I want us to think, why does Bonkers bark at Bonkers? I'm going to give you a minute to think about it. Okay, so we need to figure out why Bonkers barked at Bonkers. So if we think about our whole story, and we can even go backwards in the book, Bonkers was barking at all the things that he saw. So if I go back to the last page, Bonkers sees himself as a reflection in the door. So he can see himself. So he barks at himself because he barks at all the things that he sees. And so if he sees himself, he's going to bark at himself. Silly Bonkers. Great job reading today, scholars. I hope you have a great day. Bye.